Well, GenCon is over. I had a blast going there and meeting up with people that I've connected with online that I've never met before in person. So it's great to see that there are actual people out on the internet. But I absolutely love GenCon. I was a lot busier this year. I figured out that I actually did a lot more interviews this year than I did last year. Plus, with Critical Role coming for more announcements with Daggerheart and their live show, that kind of restricted my schedule and availability a lot. But I enjoyed seeing all of you, and I thought I would share with you all the things that I got at Gen Con as part of my loot haul. So here's what I got. I got a bunch of stuff over here. I got multiple things over in multiple bags over here. So I'm going to be grabbing around and reaching whatever's here in no particular order. Okay, let's start over here. Daggerheart has some news, and as I was at that live panel where they broke out a bunch of announcements of like partnerships and things that they're doing in the future and all that. But when you went to that live panel, they passed out these wild cards, which is just pretty much like a one-time use card that you can use in your games. And so I have, reinvigorated here. And it says when you defeat an adversary, you can clear a hit point. If you do, place this card in your vault permanently. So this is like a nice like one-time thing. And then this one here, we're just getting started, is signed by the game designers Spenser, Stark, and Rowan Hall. Fantastic people. They're very nice. I really absolutely love talking to them and spending time with them when they're available. We're just getting started. When you take damage, you can gain as many hope as the number of hit points you mark. If you do, place this card in your vault permanently. So this is really cool. It's a cool idea. And speaking of Daggerheart, I also got the Darrington Press 10-year anniversary, what do they call it? Anniversary promo pack. And so these cards that they handed out are like little, special promo cards from all the games that they have made at Darrington Press. So there's some for Till the Last Gaps, which I have not played that game yet. I need to find someone to play that game. Caper Cards, which is a criminally underrated game. I love that game. My kid loves this game. My nephews love this game. Caper Cards is so much fun. If you haven't played it, play that game. It's a lot of fun. Queen by Midnight, Solar Gardens, Candela Obscura, and Daggerheart. So we'll just kind of do a quick run through of some of these cards here. I think this is for Till the Last Gasp. I haven't seen what the cards look like, but that is going to be my guess here. Caper cards here, Truthbearer Armor. I love that. I'm going to have to put that in my deck now. These are from Queen by Midnight here. I'm not going to read through every single card, otherwise this video will be forever. Solar Gardens, which is the new board game that they came out with and that they released at Gen Con. These are Candela Obscura cards, which I'm not sure what the cards are for Candela Obscura because it didn't come with them, but these look like they might be like maybe adventure hooks from reading through these pretty quickly. Yeah, it looks like adventure hooks. So these are like, if you want to do like a one-shot type of thing, these would be really good to have. And then not new cards, but cards with new artwork here for the different ancestry for Daggerheart. So very cool. I'm going to have to see. Here's the thing I'm torn about. It's like, do I keep it in the promo pack box or do I put it in the games that they belong in? Oh no, you tell me. I'm gonna have to think about that for a little bit. Next, we got more cards. The trading card game company Universus. I never was interested in playing Universus until Heroes of Exandria came out, which is the Critical Role IP. But they were also doing some promos of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right, which they're going to come out with that, I think, later this week. But it has some promo cards in the theme, in the property of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This one's kind of like a fun little, I think, chibi style, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've just seen the word and have never heard anyone actually say it. This is kind of like the classic comic style here that you would have. And it looks like you can use this as your character card. Yeah, because it has hit points there in your hand as well. But we got April and Splinter for these promo cards. Fantastic. I only had Heroes of Exandria cards for Universus. I might have to make a Leonardo deck for Universus now because Leonardo is my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So this is how gaming companies get you. Speaking of Universus, I did get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles playmat that teaches you like how to play the game and helps you keep track of your hit points, the cost. I forget what it's called. Like you do the check or whatever. I'm sorry, I forget the terminology. I'm really bad at that. But I got this because, again, Ninja Turtles, one of my favorite characters and TV shows growing up. And in order to get the promo pack or the promo cards for specifically for Splinter from Universus, this one right here, which, ooh, nice and shiny right there. In order to get that, you had to do kind of like a learn to play session for Universus, and they gave you pretty much a free starting deck. So this is all still wrapped within its original packaging, but this is supposed to be the starter deck that you can use that we use to learn to play event that we went to. And then they also gave you some booster packs from Attack on Titan Apocalypse as well too. So we got those for free. Next up, I got the GenCon Gelatinous Cube pin. Last year, I was telling people I am not a pin collector. I am now a liar because I have so many pins and I really need to stop. But look at this. This is so cool. Speaking of pins, if you know me, you know I'm a sucker for Owlbear, and I got not one, but two Owlbear pins. This one is from One Shot Wonders, and this one is from a company called Griffin. They have a bunch of really cool Owlbear minis, art, stuff like that. So definitely check out both of these companies. But if you're a fan of Owlbear, they have a bunch of Owlbear stuff there that I absolutely thought it was fantastic. The mini I need to get at some point. Next! So speaking of people that I met at cons in person that I've only, know online, one person I met before, but my buddy Daniel actually gave me a little mini for my character. I played Daggerheart at his table for the new adventure that they released from Darrington Press, and I really like this. He makes some great minis. He has a bunch of minis that he's made and 3D printed, and it's really meaningful to have like a gift like this. So now I'm going to have to create a character based on this mini and come up with a story and everything like that. I'm a sucker for Barbarian. Daggerheart doesn't have Barbarian, but I think we all know that the equivalent in Daggerheart is Guardian. So I'm going to have to come up with a character story to use this mini now. And then I met my friend Nick, who gave me a little rubber ducky. He is obsessed with ducks. He and I have bonded over our love of, is it duckkin or phalanx and dragonbane? How you can, mallards, that's what it is. It's the mallard species and dragonbane where you can play a mallard character. So they gave me a little mini rubber duck to have. So it was very nice. I appreciate them doing that. Thank you very much. Next, I got a D&D themed D20. It's not like a chonker, but it's definitely bigger than a regular D20. I got this for playing the free, it was a free event, the preview of Heroes of the Borderland. I think we only played for about 20 minutes. It's the new starter set that's coming out. The starter set is really, really cool. I like the starter set because it is very accessible for people who have never played Dungeons & Dragons, but want to give it a shot, but they might feel intimidated by just jumping straight in, especially with the amount of stuff that can go on in there. I got to play Heroes of the Borderland at the show floor, but also somebody from the D&D team from the press event I attended to ran an adventure as well too. They've done a really good job in my opinion. I think it's worth the $50 because you get a lot for it. It's definitely ideal more for people who want to try it out and kind of, especially if you're a dungeon master, it's a really good one to like use that to begin with if you've never done that before. So it's not really made for people who have done this for years, but maybe you want to use it and run that adventure for people who've never played Dungeons & Dragons before, because it does make things a little bit easier to play and keep track of as well too. So anyways, here's a Borderland. That was my D20 from Dungeons & Dragons. This, I got a mini from Titan Forge. I'll be honest, I can't remember how I got this. I'm pretty sure I didn't pay for it. Oh, I think Titan Forge is actually the company that is kickstarting the Dragonbane minis that you can buy from the original set that has the pre-gen character, stuff like that, which I'm very excited about, and I backed that for sure. So I think that's where I got this from, is I was by their booth. Sorry, I blanked for a second. That's what happens when you go to Gen Con, and it's been a while since you've had to like actually try to recollect things. So speaking of Owlbear, Mage Hand Press has an adventure called The Last Owlbear. So of course I had to get this. It's an adventure where you're trying to protect the last owlbear, obviously, because there's a group of adventurers that's trying to kill the owlbears, if I remember correctly. I haven't had a chance to read through this, but the guy's like, let me tell you a little bit about what this adventure, and I was like, you don't have to sell me on this. It's an owlbear. I'm going to get it. So got this. I'm going to read through it, and I'm definitely going to run this at some point for sure. Next, we got this game called Dogs with Jobs from Lab 380, 38D, Lab 380. Lab 380. Yeah, sorry, Lab 380. My kiddo played this at the exhibition hall where they were demoing this and absolutely loved this. We also knew that my wife and my mother-in-law would love this because it's dogs, so we ended up getting this. But it is a lot of fun. It's a very easy game to pick up. There's some strategy to go with it and everything like that, but this is a very fun game as well too. So definitely check this out. Next, FanRoll Dice. We're selling some GenCon exclusive dice. I absolutely love that company. They make great dice sets. If you're always looking for like a unique dice company that makes something that is something you can't find anywhere else, that is spectacular and unique and is related to maybe the IP that you're playing. So maybe they have sets for Dungeons and Dragons. They have sets for Pathfinder. They did one for Catan. They also did one for the new Invincible RPG that's coming out. So anyways, but FanRoll Dice is one of my favorite dice companies, but they had some exclusive dice for Gen Con, and this is called the Eye of Genevieve. Let me show you the cover here of the box. Fantastic. I love that. I love that design. That artwork is wonderful. And the artwork is not AI. They have said that exclusively, which I appreciate. But it is the floating eye of Genevieve. If you look closely enough there, you can see the eye kind of wandering around. I'm not a fan of liquid dice, floating eyes type of dice sets, but this was just gorgeous that I ended up picking that one up. And then they also had another Gen Con exclusive dice set called Dragon Inclusion right here. And look at this artwork. Lovely. And this is similar here as well from the other previous years, is they have a dragon head inside each one of these dice sets. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and see if you can see that a little bit closer. But yeah, you can kind of see from that angle there, the dragon head that's in there. In fact, let me go ahead and pull out the floating eye from the Eye of Genevieve so you can see that. Okay. All right, so you should be able to see this as well. But yeah, you can see just a floating eye. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but again, both dice sets are really gorgeous. I just absolutely love any other dice sets they come out with. They're, the dice company I always check out first. And then I also got their Gen Con dice tray, which is nice because you can lay it out flat and put it in your bag. But the neat thing is, if you have any glow in the dark UV dice, this has a LED UV lights that is. Where's it at? Here you go. That you can use to light up. Look at that. All right. And they make this, and whenever you buy one of their products, you got a free set of mini Gen Con dice that spells out Gen Con when you use the highest value. And they also glow in the dark when you roll it in here as well, too. So, again, FanRoll, fantastic. Can't say enough things about their products. Absolutely love all their stuff. Next, what we have here. This is not something I bought at Gen Con, but I did want to share that I waited in line to have the designers of Daggerheart sign this. Spenser Stark and Rowan Hall, and Michael Underwood, who wrote 5 Banners Burning, the campaign frame in there. Wonderful people. They're all fantastic. I had the 3 of them sign my Candela Obscura book last year at Gen Con, and they're just very, very nice people. If you have a chance to talk to them, definitely do. But I am very excited about having my limited edition Daggerheart core rule book signed by the designers. All right. What else we got here? They were selling the Horrified Dungeons and Dragons board game over at Ravensburger booth in the gaming hall. So I went ahead and got that. And because I got this, they also gave me a Horrified Dungeons and Dragons pin that I could put on my bag, and it has like a red dragon head on it as well too. It's a really cool design. I really like it. Where can I put this at? Yeah, right there. We got the latest book, Ravenloft, Heir of Strahd. My kid actually won this game by playing, won this book by playing a game against a group called the Normies, and they've known them since they were like 6 years old, and absolutely loves interacting with them at different conventions and stuff like that. And so we went to saw them, and they had a game going on, and they won, and they got this book as part of that competition. Oh, and they also won this from the Normies as well too. Forks in the Timeline. I have not heard of this game yet, but I need to check this out. And this says promotional sample, so this might be a newer game that I just haven't heard about. Oh, I also forgot, with getting Horrified at GenCon, you got this special promo pack for the Warlock. Haven't opened it up yet, but I'm kind of curious to see what's in there because I had no idea there was a promo pack going on. So, as always, my Barbarian did get neglected in that game. They always default to the fighter. I get it. I just want my Barbarian to get a little bit more love from Dungeons & Dragons, especially since the last few Unearthed Arcana had no subclass options for Barbarians. I'm not bitter at all. We got this game from Hasbro called Arsch Mallows, a cheeky card game. Germany's favorite marshmallow butt game. Believe it or not, there are two. I think Hasbro has the second one, so this is technically true. And I guess Germany absolutely loved this game. I guess it was like very, very popular over there. So no, nothing about this. This is something that they're handing out, but I would definitely want to check this out. If you look at this very closely on the back, you can see that the cards have little butts on the back of them. That's something. Next, I did get this from the Dungeons & Dragons press event that I attended. I also got the Ravenloft Aerostrad book from them as well, so we got 2 copies. They gave us the Yawning Portal treasure packs, which comes with a set of dice, a bag, and a ability coin, which has been one of their big things that they've been putting out there. And this thing I've seen at a lot of stores but never really checked out, but it's a Dungeons & Dragons Mimic Treasure Chest notebook set. So it comes with, like, I think 5 different notebooks inside of it. All right, we'll put that over here. Last but not least, here is my haul from the Critical Role live show. It was my first Critical Role show, second live play overall. My first one was actually up at Chicago MagicCon earlier this year, where I got to see Abria Iyengar DM the cast of Baldur's Gate 3. That was a fantastic show, by the way. I absolutely loved it. But the Critical Role show, I did get the 10 years Critical Role live tour bag. And with it, I did get the exclusive Indianapolis shirt of the show. I was really torn about this because I was trying to think if I want to have this shirt or if I wanted the, like, popular, 10-year Critical Role shirt. But this kind of commemorates the fact that it was in Indianapolis, so I feel like I had to get that one. Creepy as hell, but it's cool. It's a really good design. I really like it. And then the very last thing I got as part of my haul is the 10-year anniversary dice set. The other live show that they did, they had a Chonker D20. Because this show was Bell's Hells using the Daggerheart system, they had a Chonker D12 set that you could purchase. So, don't know when I'm going to use these. I'm probably going to be running Daggerheart for my kids' table, and I don't know when I'm going to play Daggerheart as a player. And these are really big, but maybe I'll use these for, making a death move or some sort of, like, big moment or something like that. I'll just kind of pull these out and we're going to use these. So, but yeah, so that's my haul from GenCon. I hope you like this. I have no idea why I'm making this video and sharing it. Like, I know people like haul videos, and I thought I'd share my haul with you all, my loot that I got from GenCon. So, hell, I don't even know what I should do as kind of like an outro. Like, tell me what you liked, I guess. If you got stuff from GenCon, tell me what you got that you really liked from that. My favorite thing that I got from this haul, it's a tie, okay? Because I got Owlbear stuff, and I got an adventure based on Owlbear. So I absolutely love the Owlbear adventure that I bought. The dice from FanRoll Dice, the GenCon 2025 dice, like, God, I absolutely love that. I think the thing that has the most sentimental value, though, is just getting the card and the Daggerheart core rulebook signed by Spenser and Rowan and Michael. Those are the things that are just really kind of a nice touch. Like, you could buy things, right, or get things for free, and they have that special meaning. But I think there's something else about, being able to get a book that, means a lot to you and to your community, signed by the people that created that as well, too. So all those things. I can't limit down to one, so please don't ask me again. Not that you guys asked, so I'm just rambling on at this point. This is what I do. I don't know what to do here. So, hey, thank you very much. Later on this week, in next few weeks, I'm going to release more videos from GenCon. I interviewed a lot of great people there. So definitely check that out. I am also going to release a video called The Dice of GenCon, where we interviewed very awkwardly people who sell dice at GenCon, some of our favorite ones. GenCon is just a terrible place to try to do on the show floor interviews there, because people are walking around, they're knocking that stuff over because there's so many people and there's just not a whole lot of space to have enough camera depth to be able to get a really good interview. So I'm just leaning into the bit of making it awkward as possible with the people I interview by having the cameras just kind of right in our face and everything. So that's coming out later on. But yeah, there'll be more Gen Con videos dropping. Thank you all very much. And I don't know.